Have you ever visited a foreign country? You love the culture, way of life, and you even thought of wanting to stay with the rest of your life. Well, what's stopping you? Oh, you probably forgot that you can't speak the language. Usually giving up halfway through, language can be hard to learn, especially when it doesn't align with your way of communication. But a language that is known to everyone is the language of music. You've probably danced and moved to popular dance genres like K-pop or the famous but tad bit annoying song Despacito and have no idea what was being said. But you can still feel the intense beat, the emotion, and the power in the background, whether it be a sad, happy, or even a risque song. Today we'll be discussing with my audience why the government should fund the distribution of musical instruments to the public because of the broadened intellectual ability it will bestow upon children and kids with autism, opportunities it provides to the lower class, and the steps we must take to bring these ideas to life. First, let's discuss the broadened intellectual ability it will bestow upon children and the benefits for kids with autism. According to UNICEF, even as toddlers, toy instruments and banging on pots and pans on the floor expresses themselves when words cannot. Music can impact this pivotal stage of child development, improve social skills, and benefits kids of all ages, according to Dr. David Mestran. Music builds on 4 types of cognitive skills, which are attention control, planning skills, working memory, and critical thinking. It helps kids with autism perform better and be better accustomed to society. According to DisabilityScoop.com, children on the spectrum that were introduced to MAR music theory far outperform those who did not. From the book Music, Language, and Autism, Exceptional Strategies for Exceptional Minds also proves the point of visual stimuli not being effective in all kids with autism, but music enables them to talk with the notes they play, the alternative being that they really struggle with the verbal communication. Musical instruments also can help with balance, control, and disciplinary issues. Similar to children taking their baby doll everywhere they go, instruments can teach kids a sense of responsibility and obedience, according to Child Ventures. Sports like baseball and football and soccer all have severe damages to the brain and to the child as they grow up, but music doesn't harm the body, making it the safest for kids. Secondly, let's discuss the opportunities it gives to lower class families. It helps them branch out into different areas without the barriers of money. According to Business Insider, with more than 22 million Americans applying for free or reduced lunch every single year, parents shouldn't have to also carry the debt of supporting the debt required to their children's passions, like similar to sports. We can learn from programs shown at Douglas High School in Portland, Oregon, where lower income families are common, but they still make music and prioritize it at their school even when 73% of the student body qualifies for free or reduced lunch, according to nfhs.org, which that proves that we can make this happen. And it also gives them the opportunity to become more than what their money makes them, because with the extra benefit that they're supported by their government, they are able to pursue more than just blue-collar jobs, and it gives a true embodiment of the American dream. It gives them a much-needed jump and are able to prioritize and better support themselves on the availabilities that are coming their way. And it just helps their well-being as a whole as a human. Finally, we need a solution and an action plan to help put this idea into practice. First, we need the revenue to achieve this idea since instruments are fairly expensive and we need the labor included to help make these instruments. According to Brookings.edu, increasing taxes by just 1% on the top 2 brackets will raise about $125 billion over the next 10 years. With the increase in revenue, we can open the economy to more jobs and the labor needed to supply making the instruments. Secondly, we can relate this to a government law already in place known as the No Child Left Behind Act, already included in public schools. This act closes student achievement gaps by providing all children with a fair, equal, and significant opportunity to obtain a high-quality education. We can use this already in place and expand it to just not only take accountability in the child's academic nature, but also in the extracurricular and with the musical aspects with their funding. Lastly, we need teachers and students on board with this idea. According to neo.org, teachers' wages are devastatingly low compared to other professions. So an increase in tax revenue being put into schools will not only benefit them, but the students as well. leading to more proficient learning, almost like killing two birds with one stone. In conclusion, we should make musical instruments accessible to everyone. There is no greater joy than watching your children improve in learning. Kids that were once thought of as being codependent and not being able to achieve much in life can now have a grand life learned with music, and the shared nature of joy it brings to people of lower socioeconomic abilities. Though this may take some time, I believe that it is possible to better educate our school to let kids be free of the demands of schoolwork and instead bring peace themselves with the jubilation of music.